Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by the Theater Guild, and I have Madeline and Evelyn here with me. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're very happy to be here.
Well, I know it's been tough, and we've been indoors most of the time, and things are getting better as we report on a regular basis. So that's the good news. Although we're still only meeting in very small groups or, over Zoom. I'm assuming you guys have still been active meeting with each other, and either one of you can talk about that.
We have been meeting in Zoom meetings. We've done some outdoor events, but they've been socially distanced. Okay. And so it's been an interesting challenge for the Theater Guild. And we've made an effort to, frankly, be creative in how we approach our membership so that they can still be included in the various meetings that we have and still make it fun, because it is different. It's very different.
Yeah, exactly. And it was funny. I've talked to a couple of different people now who I think generally everybody is thankful for Zoom, because otherwise, my gosh, what would we do without it, right?
Oh,
We'd have to figure out Skype and some of the other things that are doable. But this has really been quite a godsend for the majority of us. I've been able to do so many interviews this way from across the country, which is kind of nice.
I think it's going to continue afterwards too.
Yes,
people, because a lot of people will be staying home.
Yeah, well, Madeline, I'm sorry, Evelyn. You guys have like similar names. So,
well, not really. It's Madeline and Evelyn, but that's okay.
Evelyn.
We go by many names.
I've been butchering it all this
Evelyn.
time.
That's okay.
Evelyn. There we go. So, you've been home a lot. What have been some of your challenges?
Wow. Well, our challenges are trying to figure out how to get groceries and things like that without going out, and finding things. I enjoy my own company, which might sound a little selfish, but I don't. So I read, I do a lot of different things. My husband and I, we go walking twice a day. But it's like with everybody else. I mean, sometimes you get a little lonely. You want to see your kids, and those are challenges. It's been hard. But now that we both had both our vaccines,
right?
We're good. Well, yeah, yeah.
That's
too, Ellen, right?
Yeah. I mean, and that's good that you were able to do that. I mean, they are offering 65 and over at the other pods, University, Soka University and Disneyland. And Madeline, how about you? Have you had any challenges?
Oh gosh, yes. It's been interesting to keep the COVID-15 off, as I call it. I mean, it's just haunts you, right? So yeah, I've learned to do, as you've indicated, Zoom in many different ways. I do Zoom aerobics online. I still get out and walk. I start to do more Zoom meetings. I have Zoom happy hours with friends so I can keep in touch with them, which has been a blast. I get to see everybody's homemade cocktails, which is fascinating. So yeah, there's been some challenges, but I've really been learning more and more computer skills, which is fascinating.
Yes, I just learned one today. Thank you.
So good.
Right.
Good. You know what? These are kinds of the things that I think has been good. Even though they're challenges, we are finding more ways to communicate and more ways to adapt. And I think in the long run, this has been okay. I mean, for the most part, we certainly hope so. Now, as a group, I know you guys have been holding various meetings still via Zoom, and you've got one coming up this month. And I understand you want to highlight writing. So yes. Why is writing so important?
Well, we have found out in the Theater Guild that we have really multi-talented members that have not just acting, but they write. And this has been an opportunity. COVID has actually presented us with an opportunity to highlight some of our writers, which we've not done in the past. So this is a great opportunity to showcase them, I think, in a wonderful way, because Zoom can actually be intimate because you're right up in their face, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how else to put it. And they get to read a part of their book. And the books that are going to be read, there are a variety. I mean, Evelyn has got a really heart-wrenching inspiring true story about her life that she'll be reading an excerpt from. But we also have like people who, Fred Cantor, who's going to read his memoirs of being a lifelong Knicks fan. And then we have Phil Duran, or yes, Phil, who, yes, who was a producer and writer in Hollywood for like All in the Family and various other shows. And he's going to read an excerpt from his book about retirement in Tuscany, which is The Reluctant Tuscan. So, and it goes on and on and on. I mean, we have Sunshine Moody, we have Phil Silverman, we have Janet Harrison, and I know I'm missing somebody. I hope not, but I'm sure I'm skipping somebody. But it's been a pleasure to get to know these people through their writings. And so we're going to present that to the Theater Guild, and it'll just, I'm sure, snowball from there into ideas about eventual shows that we could do in the future. So it's been wonderful to include all these people with different talents in our Theater Guild.
It's just amazing that we have, that you can do programs on Zoom like we have. It's just amazing because it's a lot of work to get people together, rehearse on Zoom, and all the, like Phil Duran, for instance, he also did a dating game here in the village years back. He did. We had a program about him too. Anyway, and we look forward to that. We look forward to seeing that Zoom. I can't wait for that meeting because, you know, it brings everybody together again. You feel like you're with the people again. You don't feel distant. You know, it's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing, and it's a lot of work. Yeah.
So let's talk about that meeting. So the information is that it's on March 18th at 7 p.m. Now, is it only members, or can anybody do it?
Anybody can do it. You just have to get the link. You can participate. We're trying to include everybody in the village that wants to participate, because we know everybody, you know, social life is different. So socializing with Theater Guild, and it could be fun, and you'll meet some new people. So anybody can attend.
Okay, so if they're non-members, they should contact Wendy Shade. Is that correct?
Yes, contact Wendy Shade, and she will send out the link to them. Okay. Of course, we will encourage you to become a member, but
well, I think even if they aren't members, you know, this is going to be interesting to get to know the people. And it sounds like the works are like a documentary, or it's a biography, and that's kind of, you just don't know.
You just don't know. Like, well, Barb Torino, she's going to do one on how to act your way through life. And it's very intriguing, because is she telling you to act your way through life, or if you know how to behave better, your life will be better? It's a very interesting little approach.
Yeah. And you know, what's interesting about writing a book, and Eveline, as you have indicated, you have a book, is that ever since, you know, Amazon had come about, actually self-publishing a book is easier than having an agent and do all of that stuff. However, when you publish a book on Amazon, there's so much to do. And so it is, I helped a friend of mine do it. So I totally get, I mean, you have so much to do just to do it. And is that what you experienced, Eveline?
Well, Gordon Rachusa, who is the actual writer who, you know, wrote the book, or we told it to him, and together we wrote it. He has published other books before, so from what I understand, but he did it through Gibson Heroes Hearts, which is a nonprofit, and they use their platform to advocate against discrimination and bullying. So all the proceeds from the book go to these projects of his. We just wanted the book written for posterity to have for the family, for friends, because there's so much, you know. When my kids were growing up, they didn't want to hear too much about our past. Now they're very interested. So, you know.
I think as you get older, we certainly do want to know more about the past. Yeah. Well, that's good information, because I'm sure people think about writing a book, but then they're like, well, I don't know, what am I going to write? How do I get started? Will you be talking a little bit about that?
Well, Eveline, you want to go ahead? I mean, there are a lot of self-published book articles of how to self-publish.
Right.
And, you know, that's an interesting thought. And Lisa, that's something we should probably address. Eveline, if you want to talk about that during your presentation, that'd be wonderful. But if you go through Amazon, there's a lot of self-help books that show you how to do it. Amazon, frankly, is very aggressive about their percentage of the profit that they want to keep. But there's still, it's a good way to get through the process at least once to see how it is, because it is difficult.
Yeah.
It really is very difficult. Yeah.
Definitely tedious. But Eveline, I like the thought that you can donate your proceeds. That's a great concept. I don't think that's available on Amazon that I'm aware of.
No, it's not. That's why we have a separate a platform to, give some. It's a GIVSUM, and you go on that site and you see all about the books, and it tells you all about the projects that they're doing, so you can pick one if you want.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
That's great. What a good idea.
It's a great idea. Eveline, what's the name of that again? I want to write that down.
Oh, Give Some. It's GIV as in Victor, SUM. And you could just click on book, or in fact, we were interviewed and we have a message in the bottle through Heroes Hearts, which is also part of this group. And it's a wonderful, that's why I would like to sell a lot of books. And I never wanted to push the book because I didn't want people to think it's for me. It's not. I want, the charities to benefit from it.
Yeah,
right.
That's wonderful.
That is great, and we'll share that with our residents as well. So, Eveline, we have just a little bit of time. If you would like to read just a very small excerpt from your book, I would appreciate that.
Okay. Well, is 1 minute and 15 seconds too long?
No, you can go fast.
Okay. Wouldn't it be great if we could match my brother with one of your daughters? Suzanne had asked Anna earlier, not caring anything about the second person, Eddie. Roger had said that Eddie was his first choice for such a date because he knew that Eddie owned a vehicle. Suzanne knew that he was quite popular with the ladies and a confirmed bachelor. Didn't matter much since this was only going to be one date. Paulette, on the other hand, just liked the idea of dating as it was fairly new to her. She was very beautiful and was often the focus of interest for other young men her age. Roger met and begged Eddie one final time. Please, Eddie, I really would like to go out with this girl, but you know how women are. She won't go out with me unless someone takes out her sister Eveline. Fine, I'll be your chauffeur, but just this one date, and if it goes badly, I'm going home early. On the night of the date, Eddie and Roger showed up to pick up the girls. Eddie took one look at Eveline and felt as if he was struck by a bolt of lightning.
Oh,
Cute.
Sweet, super sweet. Well, thank you both for sharing. That's adorable. Thank you for sharing. And good luck with your meeting. It sounds great.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for the interview. You too.
And thank you for having us.
You're
Bye.
welcome.
Bye.
And we'll be right back after this.